Hello and welcome to an amazing podcast. This is the Soccer Demon D.
This is Modi.
I am a traveler from Uranus, Matt.
And we are talking about Dandadan Season 2, Episodes 1 through 3. What did you guys think?
I'm starting to get a little bit annoyed with Dandadan.
Uh-oh.
We're about to get canceled.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to say everything. I don't know if I want to say everything that I feel about it just like starting off, but I'm just gonna say it's good, but I'm starting to get kind of like wondering, like, is there more to this? Pretty much. That's my overall first impression.
Mm-hmm.
Something I feel like I've noticed about you is you really like a main villain.
Yes.
You like a main Not that I'm not saying that in an insulting way, because I can kind of relate.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no. I mean, I don't just like it. I think I need it. Like,
yeah.
I will rarely watch anything that doesn't have that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind there like being a villain of the week type of thing, as long as I know that we're building up to something more grand. That's literally all I need. But if there isn't that, then yeah, I start to get restless.
See, I'm the opposite. Like, I'm a really huge fan of the villain of the arc format, because when you have like that one big central villain that everything's building up to, it can be really easy to fumble that, and I think it hurts when that main villain isn't as interesting as they could be. Demon Slayer. Sorry.
Well, also this show, like, they tie so much of like the themes of what's happening to the characters to the current conflict that's like happening, to the current monster that's happening. I love how they kill the worm thing by making it commit suicide. When like that's what it's been using to like kill its victims. Like, it's just such a perfect like way of dealing with it, and like that's what I was gonna say that I really like about this show, and I think is why they kind of like, I feel like this kind of villain of the week system works, is it like allows you to like kind of compartmentalize like a lot of what's happening that our characters have to resolve, like directly relate to the monster. Like it allows you to create these plots that are all very like coherent, in the way that they solve it are like very interesting. Although I do understand, I feel like they could drop something where it's like we get a shot at the end of the last season of like a big alien guy that's like, I can't wait to get his balls or whatever, you know.
Okay, here's what I want for the finale of Dandadan. I want a Legion of Doom of all the villains up to this point. I'm talking like Broccoli Grandma from this arc teaming up with like the salary aliens from like the last arc, and then some other like final party all joined together to finally like steal his balls and take over the universe.
I think fundamentally that's like maybe you just explained why maybe it's not possible for me to like the show. Because I mean, I don't know, because I feel like when we reviewed the first part, like season 1, I was enjoying, right? I feel like I remember saying that, like, oh, this whole idea of just like we need to steal his balls is funny. Was I saying that? Do you remember?
Maybe.
Because like right now it doesn't feel like it's enough. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, because right now it doesn't feel like that's just like that's enough of a hook for me. I mean, it's funny and whatnot. I don't really mind it, but like I want something more, you know.
Well, I think right now, like, because right now we're introducing another character, and that's kind of the focus. Is his name is Jiji, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're kind of focusing on his plot right now, and that's probably going to be the focus of this arc. And like we kind of just got into this guy. I think they're probably going to save some of the broader stuff for like later on in the season. But I think right now they're just focusing on establishing this guy. It was kind of with the with the popular girl from last season.
Mm-hmm.
How we had like a
Mhm.
focus on that one monster and establishing her as a character.
I definitely feel like these last couple of arcs are all serving the purpose of like getting the main cast together with like Okarun, Momo, Ira, and Jiji, and then I think once we've established that, we'll probably start moving into a more centralized conflict.
Right.
Also, one thing I really appreciate about Dandadan too is the writer has a really great talent for introducing characters as obnoxious, annoying assholes, and then making you and quickly endearing them to you.
Oh my god, you're so right. Yeah.
Like when I first saw Jiji, I was like, "Oh my god, kill this guy off quick!" But now I'm like, he's my favorite character now. Holy crud!
I hate it. It was the same thing with the popular girl, where it's just like this asshole, and then they immediately was like, "Oh my god, you pulled like the most intense shit on me, and made her so incredibly endearing." By the way, I love the cat still. I think she's such a funny kind of like mascot character. Is
Best
like
mascot easily.
Old grandma that's stuck in like this cat
Plush
statue.
Lost all of her powers, got turned into a marketable plushie.
Yeah. It's already a trope I like, but it's just especially funny that it's like this old, powerful demon grandma person.
And then she actually acts like an old lady too.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
she isn't like just like random like cat mascot. Like you actually feel her age when she talks.
Yeah.
Also, I really enjoyed Gigi's like demon form, but I will say I have one big critique of it.
Mm-hmm.
There is no way Jiji doesn't wear SpongeBob underwear. I swear to God.
You're so right.
Like they're gonna like it's like him wearing just like standard like tidy whities while like doing all the fighting. I get that they're trying to go for a jokey design with that, but I really wish they committed to it more.
I feel like if there weren't like copyright issues,
Yeah.
we would have definitely seen SpongeBob underwear.
Well, maybe they could have little cryptids on his underpants or something.
He has the words "juicy" written on it.
But
But also, I'll also say that I really enjoyed the villains for this too, like the whole
Yeah.
like broccoli family, especially the scene where like the old lady just starts randomly whipping out kung fu. Like what the heck? Okay, also the Jennifer Lopez thing. What is with anime in the last couple of seasons and people using like celebrities named Jennifer to give them power? First it was like Jennifer Lawrence, and this is Jennifer Lopez now.
And Anaconda for some reason.
Yes.
Just randomly.
If they ever do a Dandadan fighting game, I'm definitely mating her. Also, another fun
I'm
thing.
surprised they survived.
Yeah.
Okay, see, after watching so I originally watched this in theaters, so I thought like how they were gonna go do things was as soon as they survive, we get a reveal that like, oh no, they're stuck in the goo too as the lava's coming. So I thought it was gonna be like a whole like full circle of how like their ancestors burned this kid alive and now like they're gonna get burned alive almost. I will say I do like their designs as like weird, creepy green people. And I do like the whole idea of like this cult thinking like this creature is like some sort of divine being, but in reality it's just a dumb animal.
Yeah.
And the whole like I also love the whole like, oh, this is like a cursed house. No, it's a weird alien that's like tripping, like screwing with people's heads.
I love the little effect that like just like the sounds they have like around it.
Yeah.
But
Dandadan has really good sound design too.
it does, and like just the whole idea that it just like makes you like want to kill yourself. So like he was actively having to like make it so that they don't like aren't like constantly trying to like stab themselves and stuff. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah. And I also love the whole like lore piece about like the ghost kid protecting the children, even though and
Yeah.
like them kind of suffering almost worse fate almost too.
Yeah.
And also, they explain why it didn't affect him, right?
Because the ghost kid was protecting him.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So I thought. Okay.
Which I like how, because it like references back to how like supernatural stuff and like cryptid alien stuff operates on the same almost power system too.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the whole UMA thing. I mean, I guess it's okay, but like I want them to encounter more actual aliens, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for that.
Yeah. I think that actually I think we might be 2 arcs in for that, but one thing I do appreciate about this arc is like one of my things was I kind of wish we got more alien stuff in Dandadan 2. So I do appreciate that they kind of went like half and half, where it's half like supernatural, half cryptid.
Yeah, but I don't know. For me, it's almost like in the same category. Honestly, like I don't feel enough of a difference from supernatural to be like, oh, this is something else.
Right.
At least for me.
Well, 'cause that's the other thing. Like, the aliens, they're so high-tech, you can easily see the difference. Like, they're using, like, mech stuff, they're using technology, they're using, like, laser beams. Whereas, like, you could argue that the worm is just using magic.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I think what we're missing, we're very ghost-heavy on the team right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, don't we have, like...
Yeah,
like 3 of them are utilizing like ghost powers. Whereas like I thought they were gonna make him like give Jiji like a alien power.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm mad the shrimp guy didn't hang around to be a part of the cast.
Yeah, honestly, it might have been fun.
I actually have a question about Okaru's power, because I forgot from season 1. How does it work again? Like, when is it that he can turn it on and off and all that?
Is based on emotion, and he's at the point where he can control it more. And it's basically it's, from my understanding, is a giant strength modifier. So it's like his basic body times 100 or something. And the reason why he can't go multiple times, like go out multiple times, is the fact that G-force actually affects his body, so if he goes from like 0 to 1,000, he does feel a strain.
Oh, okay.
Which again, I like.
So he doesn't need Momo anymore to control when he turns it on and off, right?
Yeah, because Turbo Granny's separated from him now.
Yeah, they
okay.
separated at the end of that arc, like fully.
Okay.
Also, did you guys watch it dub or sub?
I watched it sub,
as usual.
Yeah.
Same dub. God, it feels so jarring coming from Lazarus to this. I see exactly what you meant, Matt.
Yeah.
Like, the dialogue in this is just so colorful and so energetic, and I'm happy it got a sub that is very like, it takes the time to like translate it, but also have fun with it. So it's not like a one-to-one like, oh, who are these women? It's like, oh, who are these bitches?
I was gonna say, it's funny. I feel like the creepiest monsters we had so far are these disgusting green people. Like,
yeah, okay. I was gonna ask that too. Are they human?
Yes.
Or not?
I think so.
Okay, that's so weird. Yeah, because I was like, at first when they showed up in the sauna, I was like, oh, okay, there's some aliens.
Also, I wanted them to die so hard,
and they're just
seriously,
yeah.
And
then it turns out that they're just human, and they're just like a part of the town,
right?
And the police chases them off like it's a daily occurrence.
They're slightly less uncanny than the actual like skin suit wearing aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I swear to God. Also, these people have found the perfect formula for incest, because in the last 3 centuries, their family has not changed looks nearly at all.
Exactly the same, yeah.
Or maybe they look like that because of the centuries of incest.
Well, see, if it was like just straight incest, they would start deforming. But the fact that they're the same means they have at least a decent amount of variation. They
I'm
know
actually a
what they
little
know
annoyed
when
if
to
they don't
stop.
get fucking wiped out because they're kind of
Seriously?
awful.
Can you imagine moving to a town and that family is the one that like runs things? I would leave as soon as I heard about that.
Yeah.
And imagine they turn out to actually be right, and the volcano actually goes off. When you kill the world, that would make me the most mad. I was like, "Are you serious?"
See, I would be happy because that town clearly did not need to exist if that was the case. Also, I do kind of like the idea too that like what they were doing didn't have any impact. That like the fact that the volcano erupted because the worm was just going crazy and they were just knocking it around
Yeah.
and it's shifting the tectonic plates around was what caused the like eruption. Like
Yeah.
if they did like absolutely none of this heinous stuff for the last couple of centuries, it wouldn't have mattered whatsoever.
Oh,
That is how we're supposed
I
to
didn't
take it,
even
right?
realize that's what it was. I
You guys
thought
hear me?
it just went off because he
Sounds like what
died or
happened.
something.
Hello?
Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you guys now. Did Discord
Sorry about
in
that.
general just die?
I think so.
Okay.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
still recording, by the way. It's just you
Same.
have to find this area. And
Yeah,
cut it
me
out.
too.
All right. Cool.
But yeah.
Bloopers, it keeps us human. So you know this wasn't made by AI.
Unless the AI
Oh,
put in a
there's-
mistake to sound more human.
God dang it.
There was something else I wanted to talk about, which is, I mean, it's
Yeah.
not really anything much to talk about. It's just something funny I wanted to mention, which was the guy who worked at the shrine, who wanted to be a headstand bootuber. I thought that was funny.
Listen, that
Forgot about that.
depressed me. Do you know how competitive the headstand community is? This guy's chasing a dream that died a long time ago.
And I like how when he explained to her the story, and she was like, "Why don't you just use that for your for your channel?" He was like, "Oh wow."
He could be a headstand storytime YouTuber, you guys.
Yeah.
That's his niche.
Yeah,
Uh,
there's a demand for that.
I also really appreciate the NPC designs in this world too. Like all of them seem very like unique. Even with like the corrupt cop, the boot tube guy.
yeah.
I do appreciate like even how like the janitor was like in the ending theme too. I really like that.
Honestly, if the bootuber guy never shows up again for the rest of the series, that's probably going to be one of my favorite things about Dandadan if he doesn't show up again, because that would just mean that, like, you know, they'll just make any random character very interesting, and that's that, and you don't need to know anymore. And they're just moving on, because usually if they're going to put like that, I don't know, that kind of detail into a character, you'd think they'd like become some sort of main character or something,
Right.
and not just stay an NPC, you know.
Well, is he that character with the crazy lips? That one cop?
Yep.
Was it the
Oh,
corrupt?
yeah.
Was he the corrupt cop, or is that's a different character, right?
I think that was the corrupt
think that
cop.
Oh, that was him. Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh, it was? Oh, okay.
I also kind of wonder. I kind of want to know. Like, I hope we find out. Like, I know like they're a religious cult kind of thing, but I would actually like it if there was like some third party thing the family was doing to like maintain like control over the town. Like they were like there's some like they're secretly running a like full on meth empire or something, and the whole like cult thing was just a side gig they were working on.
Well, it sounds like the implication to me is that like the town's kind of complicit with it because the idea is that they're like doing it to kind of save the town
Yeah, because
in their
that's
own
the other
like
thing.
cult way, you know.
Well, that's the other thing too, because like when you see like the cops chasing them off of like the hot spring, they're just like, oh, those like green folks all trying to do their essaying.
God.
One of these days, I tell you, one of these days.
Those crazy kids.
I mean, those crazy kid-loving adults.
Oh my god.
They are awful, by the way.
They are awful. That's why I want them to die.
Like, I love how, like, all the other villains up to this point, aside from, like, the aliens, are like, oh, yeah, I'm just trying to feed my family, or, oh, man, I miss my daughter. No, these people are just disgusting.
I liked the environment they were fighting in. I liked the whole, like, underground houses that were all, like, I guess, sunk into the ground from the worm, right?
Yeah. They kind of implied also that they were just building on top of the older houses.
Yeah.
So I think the worm was just sinking them down.
Right.
But I also kind of like the fact that they were just digging up really huge holes and just bulldozing them like one after the other.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you have a contractor come in and is like, why do you want to bury this entire house? Why are there screams coming from there? And it's like, don't worry about it. One other thing implication that I kind of like. Japan has really strict gun laws. I would love it if the whole reason this family was like had such control of the town was because the old lady was the only person for miles who had a shotgun.
That's true. I did realize. I was like, wait a minute. They have guns. Like, that shouldn't be a thing, right? But I guess they have a very important duty to do in the town, so they need them.
As an American, that didn't even click to me. I'm like, oh, of course she has a gun.
I'm just picturing the cops saying like, sir, we have reports they've been killing a lot of people. Should we do something? It's like, that old lady has 10 rounds and there's only 5 of us, okay? What did you guys think of the worm design?
It looks creepy. I like it. It's like a weird eye for its mouth.
I didn't think much of it, honestly. I think the coolest design I came across in these first 3 episodes was Jiji's transformation.
Same. I think Jiji is currently my favorite design, with Okarun my second.
Yeah. Yeah, I think both of them are pretty cool. One thing I'll say about Dandadan is that I think it's probably one of my favorite character designs that's come from a Shonen Jump series in, I was going to say in a long time, but honestly in forever. Like, I just think of all time, it's probably one of the better character designers in my opinion.
I kind of agree with that, because even if you just set it aside from the whole even if you just include it in the whole trend of main character turns into crazy monster form to fight, it's still easily the best.
Yeah, I would agree.
I'd also say that I really enjoyed the fight scene between Okarun and Jiji, and I love how Okarun's finishing move was just him doing squats.
Wait, you mean punches? You mean the punches?
Yeah, no, he wasn't actively punching him. He was doing squats. That's why he was counting to 20 each time.
Wait, what?
You remember in the previous arc where he was going behind the school to do calisthenics?
Yeah.
That's what he was doing to Jiji. He was just doing the kid does not know how to throw a punch whatsoever, so he was just doing the first hand movement that came to his mind.
That's so funny. That's why he was counting to 20. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That's such a symptom of how awkward the last season left off. In the middle of this arc.
Seriously.
Yeah. But I also have a pretty bad memory, so.
Yeah. I mean, that's the crazy thing, because when I saw this in theater, it literally started off with the final episode of the last season, and it felt so smooth. Okay. They really should have just ended it off on the whole mannequins finding true love bit.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, what did you think about his ult move?
Loved it so much.
It reminded me of JoJo's, his aura.
I will say,
counting to 20.
I will say, in terms of presentation, it could have been a little bit cleaner. But I would love that in a future arc, one of the biggest developments is Okarun learning how to throw a punch. Like that's like you have a like arc where he's like he goes to a dojo and he just has like no idea like wait, I'm supposed to clench my fist? I'm supposed to like send this thing over there? And then you have an entire training arc, and then the final battle happens, all seems lost, and then all of a sudden he remembers. Punch.
Yeah. I honestly think that would be cool. Mm-hmm. And like it like 100x's his power just because he learned how to throw a punch, you know.
I also really appreciate like Jiji's fighting style of just having like soccer balls made of damn souls. That is so metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt, to me it was a little bit, how do I put it? Cuz okay, you know how for me I guess like the impression that I have of a lot of power systems in Japan in anime, I guess shonen battle series specifically, I'll get even more specific. It feels a lot of time like the powers are just like, you know, random word generator stuff. Like, you know, it's, how do I put it? So I guess the word I'm looking for is gimmicky.
Yes,
it feels a little bit gimmicky. So this soccer ball power gets close to that, but isn't 100% that. I mean, I like it in general, but yeah.
I'm wondering when, because I'm going to assume that like he gains control of this, he becomes a part of the team. I wonder if they're going to still have him like have like the damn souls soccer ball thing, or if like all the souls are like really happy and like really enthused to like get kicked around. I also love how he trapped for like the finale.
They're probably really.
I love the
Sorry,
fact
go
that.
ahead.
I love the fact that for like the final like confrontation, he just traps Okarun in a tiny Monopoly house too.
Yeah, that was funny. And it's funny that Okarun then used that to defeat him. It's like,
yeah,
you know, it's almost like trapping yourself in a cage with a lion or something. Like, I don't know.
You're not trapped in here. I'm not trapped in here with you, nerd. You're trapped in here with me.
And honestly, I'm surprised that he like beat him, because I mean, from everything from episode 2 did not indicate at all that Okarun was anywhere near as strong as Jiji. So I don't know.
Hey,
that's another thing. Like, is there like a power scaling thing in this series or not, or is it more like vibes? Not that it's bad if it's vibes, like that can be a thing, but like I'm just wondering, because the portrayal in episode 2 made it very surprising that Okarun could actually manage to beat him in episode 3.
Hey, do you know how many squats Okarun did versus how many squats Jiji did? All right, there was
Okarun
no competition.
He did the One Punch Man training schedule.
Yeah. Exactly. While Jiji was learning the way of soccer, Okarun was trained in the way of the squat.
That's part of, like, I guess that's another part of the power that, to me, the reason why I say it kind of almost feels gimmicky is because, like, when you really think about what the power is, I feel like you could get a lot more mileage out of it by not restricting yourself to only using, like, your feet. Yeah. You know? It's just like so clearly obvious, like on a logical level, that that's not the best way to use the power, that it's like it's almost a little bit disappointing. It's not because like it manages to succeed in the rule of cool, but like it's almost disappointing because it's like, if you just think about it a little, you're like, you could use this power even way better than you're already using it.
Have you considered he has the soccer quirk?
I was literally about to say that, like, for me, it kind of works because they established that, like, Jiji was a soccer player. But, dude, that's his next arc. He learns how to use his arms.
Well, it's also, like, you know, it has to do with his character. And I feel like that's why the soccer thing works so well for me, because, like, I feel like a lot of times characters, like you say, will just have like a random word generator of like a power, like even if it doesn't like necessarily always make sense for them. I am wondering then, like for the other two, like how, I don't know if it how well like it reflects with like their personalities necessarily. I think we talked about this like a little bit last season, but I'm still like curious why Okarun has to be like depressed or becomes depressed or whatever, and that also translates to him like moving around really fast. Well, probably because Turbo Granny does, but like how that ties to Okarun, especially since like Turbo Granny seems to hang out with shoot, I'm blanking get all the characters' names. Momo Moore, right? Yeah, right. And also with the what was the name? Silky Smooth, Silky Speed. What was
Acrobatic Silky?
Huh?
Acrobatic Silky.
Acrobatic Silky, and how that necessarily deals with her character as well.
See, it's interesting.
Yeah,
because I like the idea of the powers like bring out some sort of like inner trait with you in your personality. Yeah. So like Okarun's real, like when Okarun transforms, it's just he has like undiagnosed depression. So when he goes like full form, he just leans her way into the depression. Whereas Ira sort of has a god hero complex. So when she transforms, she goes even more bigger with that.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And I think Ira works a little bit better because long hair, I guess, can be associated with like femininity and beauty, and her hair being longer as I kind of can lean into that a little bit more. I do feel like Okarun being fast, tying with the Turbo Granny stuff, works a little bit better too.
Okay, I'm just curious because what you said about Ira makes sense, but like Okarun doesn't really feel like a very depressed type of character. If anything, he seems like very like anxious all the time.
It's funny because I remember there was one of my favorite lines from the recap was Okarun lamenting about how like aliens ignore him and humans bully him. I love that line because I was thinking towards like the end of the first episode. I'm like, hey, look at that character development. Now aliens bully him and humans ignore him.
But yeah, I don't know if I have too much more to say. But
like, this is what we get for.
You going?
I was saying, God dang, this is what we get for reviewing something good.
I mean, yeah. Part of me doesn't want to. I don't know. I don't want to. I feel like I haven't been negative enough.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But it's actually like, I think it actually is just too good for me to actually find things to critique about it. I don't know. Like the way I feel about it is not how good I actually think the show is. It's kind of weird to explain.
I think it's just one of those things where like you have a specific taste and like you're objectively acknowledging that it's good, but it doesn't appeal to your specific taste.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but I mean, also maybe it might. It's kind of like what Matt said earlier. That the show right now is, and you said it too, that it's in the establishing the main character stage. And we've even seen shows that do this at like this late in the series, right? Or have we?
One Piece.
Maybe not.
What's funny is normally you're the one to tell me like, don't worry, they're setting stuff up. Like
Mashal broke him. Mashal messed him up, Matt.
Yeah, no, you know what I think it is? Usually in those series, even when they're still in the character establishment mode, by that point, they've still at least established like an overall plot, like an overall goal that the story is heading towards. But this one hasn't really, except for get my balls back,
Well, I guess something, that's something like, let's say My Hero has, right, is like Deku at least is like, I want to be the best hero in the world or whatever, and I want to save so many people, and that's like kind of the main goal until we meet like the shitty villain society. Whereas and like the same thing with like Luffy being like, I want to be king of the pirates, and those are like good places to kind of jumpstart off of. Whereas like I wonder if in this one they're mostly like reacting to situations that are happening to them rather than like necessarily seeking them out or like having like a, kind of like a main overarching like conflict either.
I will also say like the biggest difference between those two is like having a really ambitious dream, being the greatest in your field, being like the number one, is a like feeling we all can relate to. A evil witch stealing your balls and traveling across the world to try to get them back isn't something that's as relatable.
Well, that's funny because I feel like these characters
even-
are so much more relatable than anyone in like My Hero or like One Piece. Not necessarily like worse, but like that's the thing about like these kids. They feel like a lot more like realistic in some ways to me. Like just in the way they like react to things. And like I generally like that. I'm liking these characters a lot more than most of the things that we watch.
I'll also say like a lot of the characters I feel in this aren't. I don't want to say one dimensional, but they're flawed enough. Like there have been moments where all these characters have been like little shits.
Yeah,
and I think that kind of like endears you to them a little bit more because like Jiji's a cool guy, but when we first met him, he was an obnoxious cringe lord. Ira's really nice, but when we saw her, she was a sociopathic mean girl.
they do that with the monsters too. Is like they'll be fighting some kind of monster, and but there's some exceptions. A lot of the ones that are like we want to cut off your penis. Those ones are pretty irredeemable, but like we get some monsters that are like relatable, and either they're like sympathetic or they're like kind of goofballs or whatever. And to me, that's also been interesting. Like I didn't think we were going to get any backstory on the mantis shrimp guy, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. So,
and going back to what you said, D, about the I guess the goal, even though you guys are making the point that the characters are generally more relatable, which I think I would agree with, but about how you were saying that the goal of just getting his balls back is like not as relatable. I don't even think it's a question of that. Like I feel like it doesn't have to be, the goal itself doesn't have to be relatable, but it's just a question of like, for me, I would want to feel like, okay, we're introducing this character, right? And we're taking the time to do this. This character is needed in order to achieve the goal. Like I want to feel that, Yeah, and I feel like it doesn't really have that. Like even Jujutsu Kaisen had that to an extent.
Listen,
yeah.
We're gonna find out that Jiji has a secret talent for finding testicles, and it's gonna make everything go so much faster.
Literally, you're saying that as a joke, right? But literally, if that was a thing, and it was laid out at the outset of like introducing Jiji, this whole arc with him and like the suicide worm and all of that would have been a lot more interesting to me if literally that specific detail was included.
Oh my god, how much do you want to bet that after like they get Jiji under control, it's going to get revealed that like the evil eye power lets him detect supernatural like occurrences, and he can see like a giant glowing beacon, like waypoint beacon where like Okaru's last ball is.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. Do you guys think that there are going to be more characters added onto the cast? I don't know if you guys are into the manga or not. I'm not, so.
I think this is going to be the main cast, and I'm going to double up my prediction and say this is going to be the trend. Like, we're not going to. Okarun isn't going to get his balls back in this season. I think this is going to be like a transition season, and he will get it in the next one, season 3.
Okay.
If I answered it, I think it would spoil it because I've seen pictures where they have more characters, and I don't want to,
Oh, okay. Well, I guess you did just spoil it. So.
Oh, my bad.
Cheater!
Okay. All right. I was just wondering. Well, I mean,
at this point,
you can tell me how many.
Sorry,
I guess since you're telling me there's more, I don't mind if you tell me how many more.
I think there's like 1 or 2 more. I think. Okay. I'm not totally sure if they're like staying characters. I've just seen covers where there's like consistently like sometimes a couple more characters, but like we don't. I guess we don't really. I don't really know for sure if they're actually like going to be main characters or not, or if they just like come in at like the last couple episodes we meet this character.
Yeah, I see.
I hope they don't, because I think a 4-person like main character cast is a really good size, and you have a lot more room to like flesh those characters out and then give them like adequate screen time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Plus, we already have Turbo Granny as as a half character, I guess.
Mascot.
Yeah. Anything else there? I think there was one more thing I was going to say, but I forgot what it was.
I'm good. Are you guys ready for final ratings?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, I remember I was going to say, but I can talk about that in my final rating.
Cool.
So, yeah, I'm ready.
All right, I'll go first. Ratings are dumb. I'm gonna say that because
I've been saying this.
I really enjoyed these last couple of episodes. But part of me wants to give it a 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. But the biggest issue is I don't know like what would need to happen for it to get those last like 2 points. I don't know if they just pandered more to me. It's like, oh man, we had this secret giant robot set up just in case this worm appeared. Now we're gonna have a mech fight or something like that. But I will say, really great show. Looking forward to more. Highly recommend. Great action, great characters, great visuals, great set pieces. All in all, awesome time.
Okay. Yeah, so the thing I forgot to mention, but like probably I don't think any of us talked about it, probably just because it's so obvious. But like the art, animation, all that was just
yeah.
Oh my god, Chef's Kiss is just so beautiful.
Seriously?
And the openings and endings too, crazy.
Yeah.
They really got that formula down.
Yeah.
I've seen so many edits like on YouTube of this anime. So yeah, they know what they're doing.
Opening is so god tier. Oh my god.
Yeah, like I think that's probably the number one most. Actually, that's saying that does a disservice to the characters, because I was gonna say this is like the most appealing part of the show is like the aesthetic and the art and all that, but the characters are also really appealing. That's probably what the number one thing is. But I would say maybe this is number two.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I guess in terms of drawbacks for me, first drawback is just in general. It's a general thing that doesn't necessarily just apply to Dandadan, but I think I even talked about it in the first season when we were reviewing it, which is that in general, I'm just not really a fan of supernatural type monster type stuff in general. But like that's not something in itself that would ever really stop me from getting into a series, unless it's like, I don't know, sometimes it gets too much for me, but like for most part it's not really a big deal. Like if we're talking, for example, like Jujutsu Kaisen, that's really not my thing. Even something like Bleach, that's really not my thing, but you know, I can get past it and enjoy it in general. So that's like the first drawback of the series. The fact that it's supposed to have aliens, but I'm not seeing enough aliens, that's not necessarily a drawback. It's just, for me, I'm an alien fanatic, so I wanted to see more aliens than I'm seeing. So I'm like, you know, that's just, something I want. And then also the final thing is, like I've been talking about, it's just the fact that I feel like it's kind of, the plot is kind of not as focused. I feel like saying focus is unfair, but I don't know what the perfect word is. Say it again.
It's not as snappy. Like, you're not constantly making that forward momentum. Like, there are a lot, like, this is a plot that has a lot of side quests to it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, okay, I don't know if this is like a rational thing to do, but the way I want to describe it is that, like, you know, Attack on Titan, right? It has like none of that Attack on Titan-ness of it, you know, in it. You know, like it doesn't have that sense of like urgency and that like that thing that needs to get done. You know what I'm talking about? Right. Yeah, I don't know if that's really a good way to describe it, but anyway. So yeah, that's just my thing about it. So I think overall I would say probably I'll give it a 6.5 And it's good. Like, I really can't say any part of it really is bad. Like, I think it's good. It's just I have an idea of it in my head that I want it to reach. I don't know.
We're gonna find a 10 out, like, unless it's like peak fiction, the anime that ends all anime. I'm guaranteed Modi's gonna never give it a 10 out of 10.
I feel like there's some stuff. Yeah, there's some stuff. For me, for something to reach a 10 out of 10, it has to like scratch all my itches, right? And there's very few series that actually do that. I think if it doesn't scratch my itches the most, like, I think the highest potential is maybe like an 8. So
I kind of agree with that. Like, for a show to be a 10 out of 10 for me, it has to be really, really great, and it also has to pander to me. So I'm talking like superheroes, Kamen Riders, mechs, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it needs to have like interesting battles, an appealing goal, and like a charismatic character or set of characters.
Modi and me making our IQ points really clear with this one.
Yeah. What about you?
10 out of 10 is such a bold thing to give something. Like, for like, I mean, even like personally, you're like, this is my favorite. This is a perfect piece of media in my eyes, and like nothing can like ruin it. And there are some stuff that I'm like, some like shows I can think of where I'm like, man, the only thing that's bad about this is there's not more of it,
Right.
There is like some shows like that to where if it does have any flaws, I don't really care. It's still like my favorite thing like ever. But I mean, this is not one of those shows.
I feel like that's 10 worthy.
Yeah, I think that would be 10 worthy because like I don't think if you could ever like, I'm sure you could always find flaws in something, but like at a certain point, those flaws are going to be like more and more subjective. But I mean, there's a whole other conversation. But anyways, this show, does this count as a shonen anime? You nerds?
Yes.
Okay. I will say I think this is one of my favorite shonen anime. I feel like it just does like a lot of, it adds a lot of like weight and value to some of the things that I would normally find like annoying. Like I love the mythology and like the lore and the way they tie it into like how the monsters operate and how they like deal with it. Like I love how this last episode they like really flip the monster's like ability on itself to defeat it, and they've done that like a number of times for the other monsters. It's just like a cool consistent thing I see with that, and the characters are so entertaining and likable and believable, and I loved like pretty much all of them so far. So this show, I guess for me, would be just like an 8.5 out of 10. I just like really like all of it. I think it might be like one of my favorite shonen animes.
Heck yeah. We got him, Modi.
How do you...
I got him. Is like a fucking loser.
How do you feel about this compared to Chainsaw Man?
I like
this
like it more better than Chainsaw Man a little bit, I think. Actually, I think I like it better than Chainsaw Man, yeah.
I gotta agree with you on that.
Couple things. Chainsaw Man's just like a bummer. But also...
You're talking about like the atmosphere?
The atmosphere is like
or
a
like
bit
the main
more,
character.
Like the atmosphere is a bit more of a bummer. Like it's just like very depressing, kind of like just like a more everything sucks. Everyone you like is gonna die. Well, and that's more of a vibes thing. But even like besides that, like Chainsaw Man does. I wouldn't say I like the characters to the same degree. Like even the characters I like in that show, I don't think are I like as much as I like any of the Dandadan characters.
Yeah.
And like there's like other stuff I could go on about Chainsaw Man that like don't really bother me with this show. So I do think I would like this better than that. But I could see someone liking Chainsaw Man better, and I feel like that makes sense to me.
Totally.
I think it's, I don't know how many years it's been now, but I think I'm finally like, I think now I could like, I think I can accurately predict how Matt's gonna feel about a show now. I feel like I have all the puzzle pieces after everything we've watched, and I know, you know how I used to say I think he would like Full Metal Alchemist. Yeah. I don't think he would anymore. I changed my mind about that. I have to go back to the drawing board on. Yeah, I have to go back to the drawing board on some things, because there's some things I'm like, you know what? I'm not sure.
Do you think I would still like Mob Psycho?
I still think you would like that. Yeah. Or I don't know if I ever said you would. I mean, I feel like I always discourage you from watching it just because I hate it. But yeah, I think you would like it.
Okay. I think you would love Mob Psycho.
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, if there's like one show you watch like independent of us, I would highly recommend it be Mob Psycho.
No, it's definitely like on the list, because I've heard other people say it's like really good, and I trust in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bleach still clears all of it. So.
Wait, still clears what?
It clears everything that we've talked about, Bleach.
You know, okay, I don't like this, Matt. I don't like the fact that I don't want to be complicit, okay, in turning Bleach into like an inside joke that's used, you know, to like let's use another series for that, because I have too much respect for Bleach. Okay, I will admit it's not perfect, but you know, I have too much history with Bleach. Maybe let's do Mashal. Okay, let's use that.
No, but like it's a Mashal. Then you should have a problem with me like talking about my honest feelings about how much I love and like find the value in Bleach.
What's your favorite Bankai, sir?
You know, because Bleach, you know, just thinking about it, every day I think, God, I would love to drink Bleach. I'd love to like put Bleach into a bottle and then drink it. That's you know, that's Bleach is always on my mind.
Bleach is not that bad. Okay, it's.
What did I say that was wrong?
When you say that, it makes me think. Okay, we need to put way more of an effort into showing him worse things, because I can't have him thinking Bleach is like the worst the anime has to offer. Like that, I can't.
But I said I loved it.
I got you guys. I got you. Get ready for next week, everybody.
I will say definitively, I think my least favorite show we've ever watched here. You know what? One day we should do like a tier list.
Yeah.
Oh, we should.
I think
that would be so fun. Actually.
Specifically of the shows that we've watched on here.
Oh my god, that would be so fun. I actually want to do that.
Yeah. But our opinions will be so differing. We'll have to all have our own tier list, I think.
I'm super down with that.
Okay, I guess maybe. The thing is, though, doing our own tier lists, I agree, it works. It makes more sense in terms of having like a sensible video to make, I guess, or something. But like the fun of it, in my opinion, is trying to like convince people that it should be in a certain tier, you know. I feel like you know like if we're just trying to make one tier list, like I feel like the fun of it would be like trying to argue for why Mashal deserves at least a B tier.
Right.
And you guys are like, no, this is F.
Okay.
And vice versa with like done.
Here's what we could do. We could have either off screen as a separate video or like as part of the video. We make our own tier lists, right? And then we have a collective tier list.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
And we'll have to like fight. By the end of it, we'll see how different the collective tier list compares to like our personal tier list.
That would actually be so fun. I want to do that.
100%.
So keep that in mind, audience. That might happen at some point. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back through our videos and make a list of the things we've watched. So I'll see how many we get. That should be interesting.
Yeah.
100%.
But yeah, okay. So anything else you guys want to say?
I'm good.
I still don't think I could predict whether or not you'd like a show or not. Really. I still think I don't know. I don't understand you.
I don't know why. I don't know why that makes me feel good. It makes me feel like, wow, I'm mysterious. I'm elusive, you know? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like. Yeah, I guess I can see why you say that because we agree on a lot of things, but we also disagree on a lot of things. Like,
Yeah,
I pretty much agreed with you on everything last season, but like for some reason, I will not stop defending Mashal. So I get why you have a hard time.
because I definitely watched something and I'm like, this show's really good. I bet you Modi hates it. Or this show's really bad. I bet you we're going to go on the review and like you're going to talk about how it's like God's gift to humanity. and then D's going to like agree with me mostly. But then still give it like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I guess maybe I don't know either, and that's probably why you don't know. So
Fair enough.
All right, everyone.
but yeah, it'll be interesting if we do the tier list to like actually see it on paper. Like,
Yeah. We'll
Okay.
update it like every year or so, maybe.
yeah.
I wouldn't
Oh yeah,
hate
that would
that.
be fun.
Ooh, maybe we have to find when the channel was made, and then you could have like an anniversary.
True. Yeah, I don't even remember. I have to check.
So we're spitballing on recording right now, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called foreshadowing.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, but next week, I mean, maybe we can do the tier list next week. But as of now, for next week, we have another show plan, right? We have Togen,
Yes.
and
Yep.
Anki. So, yeah. Okay. So anyway, anything else? Sorry.
I'm good.
I'm good.
All right. So, all right. That's been our review of Dandadan season 2, episodes 1 to 3. Come back next time. We're going to be reviewing a few shows this summer. So in a couple of weeks, we'll get back around to Dandadan. And thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.